can really move this out of the way. Whatever you want to do, I guess. Hi. That's as far as I can twist it. Oh, no. Okay. There you go. All right. Well, hey. Oh, man. Hi. I am your host, Rashay, or Shay, whichever floats your boat. And this is Her Path, Her Pace, where growth meets grace. And thank you all so much for tuning in to the first official episode of Her Path, Her Pace. Yay! Yay, 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 yay. Guys, honestly, I gotta be honest. I gotta tell y'all already, like, it has been a struggle getting this first episode recorded for you guys and everything. Like, literally, it's been a struggle. From lighting to my computer to technology just not working. I've tested everything and it was working the other day, and now that I'm here and I was doing all my testing, my audio, like my mic, that's why I just moved it out of the way, because now it's no longer recording through the mic, and I can't figure it out right now. But I am determined. I am so determined to finally do it, like do this, and it's very much so on theme and on brand for me to go ahead and do it, because yeah, we just gotta start and just do, and that's what this is all about, is just starting and just doing, okay? So this is me starting and doing. We are all taking our first steps together. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Thank you for welcoming me into your space, and I hope that you like me and you would like to keep me around and you like hearing my voice and all of the things. And yeah. So, like I said, this is the first episode. I'm so happy and so excited. I'm nervous, I'm anxious, and all of those things. But there is a structure and everything. So I won't just be, willy-nilly figuring it out. I mean, I will be willy-nilly figuring it out, but it'll be a structured chaos, I guess you could say. So stick with it. Yeah. Yeah, so since this is the first episode and everything, I did want to go ahead and talk about my segments a little bit and everything, that how the podcast is gonna flow, just to give you an overview or something like that. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. Words. Yeah. So opening segment it's called Life Lately. It'll just be how I update you guys, check in on life, things going on in my world and outside of the podcast and everything. And that'll be that. And then we'll move on to Shared Steps, which is where I will highlight, well, not just me. You guys can also DM and send suggestions about women that inspire you and why they inspire you and their stories. And but yes, that's what Shared Steps is going to be. It's going to be where my moment, it's going to be our moment, because we are community. It's going to be our moment to highlight women who inspire us, women who are leaders, who pave the way, all those things. And then we'll get to our main topic, and we're going to call that Let's Walk Through It, because, it might be a little deep, it might be a little shallow, it could be very surface level. It might seem surface level at first, and we find out that it's not, so let's walk through it. We're going to walk through it together, because we're on this journey together. And then after Let's Walk Through It, we'll go to advice, since we're already in that mindset of reflection and all of those things. We're going to move to letters along the way, and this is going to be where your stories matter and your voice matters, and you can send in listener letters, whether you want advice from me, or you want me to talk about something a little more deeper. I said that weird. But yeah, or if you just want to share a story that you believe shaped you and helped you, and you believe someone can learn from it, that'll be where I'll read 1 to 2 at that point, letters along the way. Cool. And then after letters along the way, her playlist is gonna be my music segment, because I am a music person. The songs might be related. Most likely they won't be related to whatever we're talking about. But it's just because I genuinely have a love and passion for music, and so I want music in there. We have glow up goals, which will be our commitment that we're making. We'll make a daily, weekly, and a monthly commitment at our glow up goals, and yeah, that's that. And then I will close it out with grace notes, where I will leave you with some parting words of wisdom to carry you throughout the rest of your week. Hopefully. So yeah, those are the segments. That's just a little spiel, and we're gonna get into the flow of it now. Right. Like I said, our first segment, life lately. For the purposes of this episode, I'm just gonna talk life lately, just, give a little background on who I am and all of those things, a little bit about me. Write some questions so I didn't end up rambling, because I can do that. So yes, I'm just gonna answer these questions that I have written down. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at my notes. So first question I have is where I am right now. So I have graduated. Actually, pause. Born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm still currently here. But I'm gonna work on all of these filler words as well. Just bear with me. I'm so sorry. Yes. So born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm 25 years old currently. Well, currently. Anyways, I'm an Aries. If anybody cares, my birthday's March 22nd. And yeah, in a few months, a couple months, it's right around the corner. Anywho, yeah, I've graduated. I did graduate. I did go to college, and I do have a bachelor's degree. I am currently in grad school pursuing my master's degree, and I'm pursuing it online. So yeah, I went to Belmont University, and I graduated with my bachelor's in music and commercial music. I was a voice principal, and I studied both music business and performance, hence why, there's a music segment here. Music definitely, quite literally is a huge part of my life. So, only makes sense that I have it here. Who am I in this season? I would say right now, who I am in this season is I'm figuring it out, okay? That's the best way I can put it. I am figuring it out. That is where I am right now with my life. Yeah. And what I'm balancing. Yeah, I'm balancing figuring it out. Yeah, because it's been a lot of pivots and turning and not even a cat corner pivot. No, I mean full blast. Other way. Kind of pivots that I'm having. And they're boom, pivots. Some of the pivots are pivots that I didn't even know. Yeah, I'm balancing, pivoting, and figuring it out. Where am I at in my life right now? Figuring it out. So, yeah, that's that. And how I wanted to show up in these. Oh no, what is currently bringing me joy? That is also being figured out. That is also being figured out right now, because I honestly don't know. Yeah, I honestly don't know. I have no answer for what's currently bringing me joy. And that's part of the reason why I, wanted to get into this space, and I'll get more into that later. But yeah, I'm figuring it out, and I'm figuring out the pivots, and I'm figuring out me figuring out Not figure, because I've given up trying to figure out life. That, I'm at 25, I have given up trying to figure out life. I realized you just gotta let life be life. But what I can figure out is me. So I'm figuring out me and learning and balancing who am I, okay? And how do I want to show up in these conversations? Honestly, I want to show up honestly, authentically. I want to show up as me, even though I'm figuring out who I am, whoever I am in the season and in the moment. Like, I want to 100% show up as that person. That person, I'm going to change. I'm going to evolve. I'm going to have experiences in life. My opinions are going to change. My viewpoints are going to change. It just happens. And I just want to always show up 100% authentically me every single time. Whatever I am, whatever position I'm in, wherever I'm at, I just always want to show up honestly and authentically. So, yeah. That's how I want to show up for these conversations. And now that I've put words behind it, the expectation is out there now, the standard is set, so I have to uphold it. Yeah. But that was always the plan anyway. Yeah. But that's just a little bit of information about me. Maybe if you guys want like an actual detailed episode where I just answer like Q&A and we can deep dive into who I am and some more things like family and experiences, things like that, you guys can let me know, and maybe we'll do that later on down the line. But yeah, life lately. So after that, yeah, now we're going into shared steps. We're going into shared steps now. I'm going to read this off of my iPad, so bear with me. It may sound robotic. I hope it doesn't. I hope I wrote this like. My hope is that this is written well, that this is well written, but it's well written for listening. So bear with me. For this shared steps moment, I want to talk about something that really shaped my decision to start this podcast. Yes, I do. Pour Minds. Pour Minds has been a continuous inspiration for me. I found them during the pandemic, and before that, I thought I just didn't like podcasts. Turns out I just didn't care about what everyone else was talking about. So, both Drea Nicole and Lex P inspired me for different reasons, and also for the same ones. Drea, to me, is confidence. Like, she is the embodiment of confidence. She is who she is, and she's not ashamed of it. Over the course of the show, I've gotten the chance to see her grow in not just maturity, but in discernment. And some opinions of hers have changed, and some of them haven't. But what stands out to me is how she's learned when to and when not to speak. But not based on society's rules, but based on her internal clock. You know, she stays solid in her choices, and she doesn't let people define her because of her background or whatever opinions they may feel. People judge her and say that she shouldn't have an opinion on that, or she can't relate, and they don't view her as relatable. But to me, that is what makes her relatable. And the fact that she shows up as herself and unapologetically herself. And watching her taught me that being unapologetically you isn't extra, it's necessary. So yeah. And now Lex had me hooked between the Drea impressions, her comedic timing, and just the fact that she speaks fluent memes and TikTok. Like, I got her humor, and her humor gets me. Like, it clicked, it made sense. But beyond all of the laughs and everything, what really stayed with me was watching her confidence develop in real time. Excuse me. So, like, on the flip side, Drea is the embodiment of confidence, in my opinion, while you have Lex on the other end of the spectrum, where she was, you know, not in the same place Dre was. And she let us in to see that process, whether it was knowingly or intentional at the start of it. At some point, it did become intentional, and she let us in, and she opened up about it, and she's been honest about insecurities, her surgeries, and just the mental health work that comes with transformation, and just her journey and her different phases with her confidence, and just educating women about the emotional side of, you know, body image and everything really resonated with me. And, you know, she didn't just fake it till she, you know, fake it till you make it. She committed to becoming, and that has been inspirational to me. And then when I look at them together, two bosses. They're two bosses in their own lanes. Like, Drea literally has Muse Beauty, and Lex has Love Lex P, but they still have Pour Minds together. And it's just, they have their individual interests, but they come together so well. Yeah. And honestly, their podcast is truly what inspired me to start mine, because, like, I've been a fan since the early Red and Black days, you know, when they were, I don't think they really knew what they was doing. They kind of was just doing it. And, you know, and lately it just feels like, especially with these recent episodes of theirs that I've been listening to, it just feels like the message is very clear. Just do it. So that's why, even though I was fighting with so many things this morning before recording this, we're still recording. Even though we don't have the best audio this episode, still recording it. I don't have all the likes that I would like, still recording it. You know, we're still here. We're still just doing. And that is shout out to Lex and Drea, Pour Minds. So yeah, you know, they just, yeah. And that's also where this month's theme comes from. I want the overarching theme for this month to be, every month won't have a theme, but this month we do have a theme, and it's just daring to begin. Like, dare to begin. That is our theme. We have taken our first steps together here with this episode. And I appreciate you for joining me on this journey and being a part of this. So yeah, that's that. Now let's move on. Since we talked about who's inspired me and all of those things, let's move on to our main topic of discussion today. And the big question is just why? Why the podcast? You know, why this podcast? Like I said, the overarching theme of this month is going to be daring to begin, and this is me daring to begin. So that's that. That's part of why this podcast. But also, I did write some questions. Okay, guys. The first question that I wrote is, what was missing in conversations I was hearing? What was missing in conversations I was hearing? My voice. That's what was missing. And I don't mean like literally my voice. I mean, everybody around me that I've been having the conversations with about life and pivoting and figuring it out, and, you know, encouragement, and just like the process of becoming an adult, and the process of just becoming, and all those things, none of them look like me. And I mean that in the sense of like age. Nobody my age is, at least as far as I've seen in the circles and world, in my world, nobody my age is actually, like, I don't know, doing this, I guess. What am I trying to say? All of the conversations about my advice have been from older people, have been from outside people, have been from people of other generations. I have yet to have a conversation where it is somebody my age that looks like me sitting across from me, in my peer group, that is telling me, yeah, we all in this together, okay? We all in this boat together. It's just been people telling me, yeah, I've been there. You'll be okay, if that makes sense. And so this is me taking up the space for the people, for those who are like, where am I at in this conversation? Everybody who's talking to me and about me, but I don't see me. Yeah, that's what was missing in the conversations I was hearing. I hope that makes sense. I really hope that makes sense. But yes, I am going to be brave and at 25 and sit here and be like, here's my process, watch me go through it. Watch me, just watch it. Join me in watching me. What about this season made this feel needed? What about this season made this feel needed? Well, I selfishly needed something different. I needed to heal differently. And not heal differently? No. I needed to move to the next level, next stage, next phase of my healing. That's it. That's what this season, that's why this was needed. Why I feel like this was needed in this season of time that I'm in. Because traditionally, I guess that's the right word. When I've been healing in isolation. Both voluntarily and involuntarily. God has taken people out of my life that I thought were friends, that I thought would be around forever. And to this day, some of them I know why we're not friends. Some of them I don't. Whether it's just growing apart, lack of, communication, or I know why on my end. I don't know on other ends, but that's besides the point. But yes, I've been in isolation for a long time. And for a long time, I felt very voiceless. However, instead of, empowering my voice and speaking out, when I've been wronged, and speaking up and all of those things, I have been healing away from things. I've been doing a lot of inner work, and I believe that now God is pushing me into, not pushing me, I am being guided, my footsteps are being guided into the phase of my healing where I heal out loud and unapologetically. So that's why I feel like that's what's going on in this season that made me feel like this was needed. This podcast is needed. Because I do have selfish reasons behind it. This is also to help me, help you, helping me. Okay, we're going to be healing together. I am just, I'm just gonna be, on this end of the screen or on this end of your ears healing out loud. So yeah, that's why. So I need to move to the next level of my next phase of my healing, and that requires me to heal out loud. I can no longer hide and isolate myself. So yeah. What tone or approach makes this podcast different? What's crazy is I don't think it is. I don't think this podcast is unique in what it's trying to achieve. I'm trying what the podcast is what the hopes for this podcast is to create a safe space and build community here for people who resonate with the things I talk about and resonate with figuring out life and empowerment and personal growth and encouragement and personal development, and just, you know, honoring who you are and where you are, and understanding that wherever you are, it is okay. That, like, I guess that's what you can say makes it different, because the ultimate goal of this podcast and what I am wanting and hoping to achieve and get this message into the world's skull, but also into my skull, and remind me, it is okay. You are not behind. It is okay. You are okay wherever you are. You are okay. This is where you're supposed to be. Whether it makes sense or not, in the moment. Most of the time, I am learning. It never makes sense in the moment. Usually never makes sense in the moment unless it's a happy moment. Typically, from what I learned, it never makes sense in the moment unless it really is a happy moment. But yeah, that's it. That's literally it. And I kind of answered the last two questions. What do I hope listeners? Who do I hope feels seen when they listen, and what do I want listeners to walk away with? Yes, this is all about growth and personal development, encouragement and empowerment, and just understanding you are okay. This is a safe space for you to understand and trust and believe you are okay. Wherever you are in your path, in career, in life, in relationship, in family, in religion, in whatever, wherever you are, it is okay. It is okay if your path is different. That's fine. No one's path is the same. No matter how much it may appear. No matter how much it may appear like it is. It's not. And that's okay. If you resonate with me, that's great. And that's what I hope, is that, you know, you resonate with someone, or somewhere. But yes, I wanted to create a space and build a community for people who feel voiceless, who don't feel seen, and who feel lost, and they're like, I've had plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G all my life, and I'm at plan Z because everything else has failed, and I'm too scared to do anything, because if plan Z fails, then what? And that's what this podcast is for. Then what? To answer the question, then what? And you know what? It's because we don't know. Well, not to answer the question, then what? But, you know, to help you work through and manage and give yourself grace. Above all else, give yourself grace on this path, wherever you are in this journey of life, and wherever you are physically, wherever you are mentally. We can always improve, we can always be better. But it's also okay wherever you are at. Honor wherever you are at. Honor your path. Honor your pace. and give yourself grace. Okay? Like that's what I want everyone to walk away from with this podcast. Some episodes may be very deep, some may not. I don't know if you can tell by my personality a little bit. I can be fun. I like to have fun. I like to be lighthearted, but I am also a very serious person. And yeah, sometimes I can be a little too serious. Why so serious? Sometimes, you know, why so serious? Why so serious? Why so serious? But at the same time, I do like to laugh a little. But yeah, that's it. That's why this podcast. That's why I'm creating it now. That's literally where we are with all of that. And now, okay, sorry, I'm trying. Cool. Letters along the way. Letters along the way. Letters along the way. Letters along the way. Okay, now we are at letters along the way. And here, so letters along the way, like I said, this would be listener letters, you guys' letters, your voice, your stories, your questions. This is where I will read them here. So if you have a story, if you have a question, you want some advice, and or you just want to share an experience, you can email me. Well, email at lettersalongtheway@gmail.com. That is LETTERSALONGTHEWAY@gmail.com. Once again, if you want your stories, experiences, or if you just want some advice and you have some questions, you can email me at lettersalongtheway@gmail.com. So, now we're gonna move into her playlist. Her playlist. Her playlist. Her playlist. Anyways. But yeah. So these songs are completely unrelated. Okay? This is for me. Because like I said, music is a huge part of who I am, huge part of my identity, so it's only right that I have a music segment in my podcast. And it has absolutely nothing to do with the podcast. It's just because it's about me. Yeah, so this week on her playlist, now, my music taste, being that I love music, and I love all types of music, my music taste is going to be kind of all over the place. Some of these people you probably have never heard of. Because I like listening to niche people, and I have no problem. I love music, so I have no problem doing the work to find actual good music. So yeah, a lot of the artists I may say may not be mainstream or anything, but yeah, doesn't mean they don't have a big following, and that doesn't mean that they aren't huge in their own right, you know, but they just might not be signed to a major label or anything. So yeah, also that's what it means when someone says mainstream, in case anybody didn't know. Music education of the day. Mainstream just means they're signed to a major label and being played. They're either signed to a major label or their independent label is with a sister major label, or they have a sister major label, and they get played on the radio. That's why a lot of your faves that claim to be independent aren't independent, but that's another conversation for another day. Her playlist. Now this week, 2 different songs, 2 very different vibes. I don't care. First song is called Tay Money. I mean, it's not called Tay Money. It's by Tay Money. She's a female rapper, and it's called Take Me to the Mall. Yeah, I've been playing that. Christmas just recently passed, and I've been playing this I've been playing her EP, Christmas EP, since Christmas, I want to say, like, every day. And yeah, Take Me to the Mall. It's just, it's just bad, baddie vibes, baddie music. Okay, like a boss woman status, bad women. You know, that's just what it is. I like when I'm getting ready in the morning, hype myself up. It's literally on my morning motivation. It just made me feel good. It's on my workout playlist. It's on my BAB playlist. All those things. Yeah, I listen to it. And yeah, so Tay Money, if you go back and look at them streaming numbers and you see that number has not stopped, that's me. That's me, girl. That's me. That's me right there. The second song. Now this song, it's so beautiful. This is a pop ballad. So like I said, completely different gears, different vibes. But it is what it is. I don't care. It's a beautiful pop ballad, and while joyful in the holiday spirit and everything, one of the other things that I am currently figuring out in my life right now is navigating a breakup that was long overdue. So this song has also been on repeat. Not necessarily the song itself, but my sad girl playlist I've been listening to when I go to the gym sometimes and everything, and this song is on there, and it is Wearing My Ring by Molly Grace. I love Molly Grace. I love Molly. I love Molly. I love everything Molly. You can literally go listen to her entire. You can listen to anything by Molly Grace, and I promise you're gonna love it. It's a banger. Every last single one of them. I can't say that about Tay Money because I haven't listened to all of her music. I just got introduced to her with the Christmas thing, so I can't do too much on her. But Molly, yeah. I love Molly. I am biased. I've sang with Molly. I love Molly. Okay, Molly Grace. I love Molly Grace. Love her music. Wearing My Ring. The song itself is it's a pop ballad, like I said, and it's her leaving the relationship and basically telling them it's a closure song. Well, at least my interpretation of it is that it's a closure song. In the sense of the person she's breaking up with wants closure, and they're begging, they're pleading, like they're like, why can't this work? I'm not understanding. Like everything works so good, like we're great, and Molly's just like, it's not, we can't be together because I don't see you wearing my ring. I don't see myself marrying you. And that's literally, that's it. That's why. And whew, that's heavy. And I obviously I added it to a specific playlist because I can relate to being on both sides of that. I've definitely been the person that's like not understanding why this isn't going to work. Like, it's not making sense. Everything works. Why doesn't it work? But I've also been on the other side of things where it's like, I no longer see myself marrying you. I no longer see you wearing my ring. And that's like, it does kind of apply to my current situation and all that shit. And all of that. It does apply to it. Yeah, to a certain extent. Because to make a long story short, hopeful, potential, all the things that I know he can be, and he's choosing to not do it. And I've given him chance and chance after chance. But because of his neglect, I no longer see myself wearing his ring. And the fact that I no longer see us married means there's no longer a reason for us to be together. I still love him. I'm still in love with him. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm actively healing, actively going through this and working through it. But yeah, I still love him. I'm still in love with him. But I just, yeah. But we can talk about that. That's a whole nother episode, whole nother spiel for another day. You ain't gotta do that. But yes, so yes, my 2 songs for her playlist this week. Save money, take me to the mall. Cause it's just, it's just nice Christmas bag music. Christmas baby music. And then Only Grace, Wearing My Ring. Emotional pop ballad, heart-wrenching, because I'm also dealing with that. You get nice little view into my personality. All right, we are closing up. All right, we're closing it up. We have reached Grace Notes. No, not Grace Notes. I'm so sorry. We have not reached Grace Notes. I'm trying to rush. Slow down. Honor your path. Honor your pace. Not Grace Notes. We have to go up to our glow up goals because we have to make a commitment. Okay, there's no reason why you stayed through this entire episode, which I am very happy for. I'm grateful and I am so thankful that you guys made it this far with me. You stuck it out. It's been stumbly, but here we are. But yeah, so since you've stuck with me this long, go ahead and commit to these glow up goals with me. So we're gonna have a daily commitment, a weekly commitment, and a monthly commitment. Let's start big picture. Since our theme of the month is daring to begin, our commitment for the month is start something. Start it and commit to it for the next 30 days. Okay? I am going to start and commit to morning meditation and devotion. So about 15 to 20 minutes every morning while I drink my coffee. And meditation and devotion. My time with God. I'm going to have intentional time with God. 15 to 20 minutes every morning. And that's what I'm committing to start and continue for the next 30 days. So if you would like, you can join me in that commitment. If not, you can do something else. But something that you can start, that you are going to start today and commit to for the next 30 days. All right, that's our monthly commitment. And then our week, what can we do for this week? This week, let's make it something easy. Since we're healing, well, I'm healing and I'm single. Take yourself out on a date. Let's do a solo date this week. Whether it's taking yourself out on a date, I'm going to take myself. Actually, I don't know what it is. But yes, solo date. You can do a solo date outside or a solo date inside. If you do a solo date inside, just think of something fun. Whether it's a movie night or, you take the time to build you an actual charcuterie board and you sit down with your wine and your cheese and you sit back. Oh, that sounds like fun. I might do that. It also sounds like going to work. I might just take myself to movies because I love the movies. Whatever. But I'm taking myself out on a date this week, and you should too. And let me know that you're taking yourself out on a date and everything. You can send it to my DMs or, post a picture on your story and tag at her path, her pace. Hey, weekly commitment. Shout it out. What's our daily check-in? Just check in with yourself. Like, commit to at least once a day, sitting down and checking in and seeing where you are. Being like, how do I feel right now? And be honest. For example, if you're at work and you're like, man, I'm at work, but I really don't want to be here right now. And I'm feeling so hungry. Oh, wow. That's really, That's a check-in. Boom, bam. Just like that. That easy. But just sit there and do that and, just see where you are. That's it. Those are our commitments. And, if you want to share, you actively doing that, share your monthly practice and share your whatever your solo date is for this week. You can always tag us at Her Path, Her Pace, or you can do #GlowUpGoals, Her Path, Her Pace. And yeah, that's how we do that. Now that we've made our commitments, we are turning our practice into action. We are not just being stagnant and only talking about it. We are doing and being, okay? I am going to leave you with some words of encouragement with our grace notes on today. And the grace note of this week is progress over perfection. Progress over perfection. Which is very evident for me. It's the only reason why I was fighting so hard and struggling so much, because I wanted this episode to be perfect. I wanted the lighting to be perfect. I wanted the sound to be perfect. I wanted it to be perfect. That doesn't exist. Perfection is quite literally impossible unless you're God. Okay. And I'm not him. Don't even want to be him. I don't want the problems at all. But yeah, progress over perfection. It's okay if it ain't perfect. This ain't perfect. Yeah, probably won't ever be. But here we are. We are going to, it's a process, and I am going to progress, and it's going to get better over time. I'm obvious it's going to get better. It's practice. Leads into progression. Practice makes progress, not perfection. So, yeah, that's that. So keep that in mind as you progress over perfection. Keep that in mind while you're doing your monthly practice. It's okay if you miss a day. It's okay if you miss a few days. That's fine. Just pick back up when you can. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay if you forget to check in. It's okay. If you remember at 10:25 at night while you're laying down in your bed, you can literally be like, I'm feeling very sleepy now. I'm going to bed. And that can count as your check-in. There's no pressure. It's light. Progress over perfection. Progress over perfection. We want to build the habit, and we want to begin. Okay? Do not let your want and need for perfection hinder you from starting. Okay? So progress over perfection. Oh, wow. Whew. We got through that episode. We got through this. We got through it. We have reached the end of this first episode where we have taken our first steps together. Thank you for joining me on this journey. And if you would like to continue this journey with me, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Hit those. Turn on your post notifications so you are notified every time an episode drops. All of our links, I don't have a co-host. All of the links to the show, with IG handles, TikTok, all of the socials will be down below in the description box. You can search Her Path, Her Pace on all platforms, and you will see us. That is us. So, yeah, I just rambled. I hope that'll get better. Once again, progress over perfection. Nothing about that was perfect at all. I'm stumbling bad. So it's okay. But once again, thank you for joining me. I am your host, Rashay. And remember to pause, breathe, and honor your path, honor your pace. And until next time, guys, keep giving yourself grace. Bye.